Hey classmates, I'm back. We're on class number 4. Can you even believe it? You must be bored of my voice. Oh, so after today we've got just 2 more to go and then you'll be an A-star sponsor. You'll be all graduated. So say hello as you hop on. Love a comment, love a heart. And replay people, hey, you know the drill. We're going to get going about 3 minutes in. So, good evening from the U of K. I'm excited as always. Can you believe we are nearly graduating? So we are class number 4. Do you know, I've got a banging headache. But normally, that means don't talk to me. And it's right here in the back of my head. But I'm so excited to share this with you. And I just feel like, I don't know how you girls feel, but do we feel like we're building that jigsaw, like piece by piece, it's all making sense? And I don't necessarily think that, that I've told you anything new, but just because we've broken it down into sections, we can now start to piece it together. So yeah, I don't know how you guys are feeling, but yeah, I'm feeling so pumped. I'm feeling so excited. It's just, yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad. Good-o. Do you know what? Even if it only helps one person, I've done my job, right? But we're more than one, so I'm happy. So, okay. We'll do a brief recap. I think it doesn't hurt every time to go over because it's just cementing it in there, isn't it? We're not then. Here's the thing. This actually, it's funny really. I never really thought of this until immediately just then. But this is like a jigsaw. And if we, in fact, let's change it. Let's say it's like a wall, okay? So if it's like brick by brick, we're putting this together, okay? And if you take one brick away, so let's just say that class number 3, what to say, let's just say that you only watch that half listening and you don't retake any notes. That makes that brick iffy, and that means the whole structure of your wall is iffy. So I think that's what's another key important thing to kind of think about. Do you know, each class is just as important as the other to build you into a strong A-star sponsor. So let's have a recap. I don't think I've stopped working for everybody, have I? Although we do have low viewing numbers tonight. Evenings, do you know, interestingly, I would expect really high numbers in the evening, but we've had the highest numbers in the day for live. Isn't that weird? Anyway, so class number 1. We're changing our mindset, okay? It's not about building our team. It's not about recruiting. We don't struggle with recruiting anymore because we are Santa. We are gift givers, we've got a gift to give, and we need to make sure every day we're giving that gift one way or another, because there's also a hole in our buckets. We've got to make sure we don't fall foul to that. Okay, and and something I haven't mentioned for a long time, don't forget 3, the power of 3. That's really our mission. We bring in 3, we get those people to bring in 3, they bring in 3, and then we do it next month. Imagine the multiplication within your team if every month we're going for 3s. Class number 2, lists of places that we're going to find these people. You now know where to go. You also know that your profile needs to match what you're doing, okay? So you need to make sure that that it's backing it up, and I've shared some of that today. So class number 3 has been all about what to say. So this afternoon I spent loads of time copy and pasting everything that I had, so you've got it all laid out. So we've got inbox messages that you can send, we've got statuses that you can send, and I've given you the 3 ways. Someone asks you for more information, you're going to do one of 3 things. You're either going to put them in a 3-way, which was making someone chuckle earlier, put them in a 3-way, you're going to send them a third-party video, or you're going to answer them in 3 sentences or less. It's all about the 3s. It's all about the 3s, okay? So, tonight, I'm so excited about this. Again, for some of you, this is not going to be new, but I'm hoping we're going to have a mindset shift. I'm hoping that you're going to realize this is gold, okay? So before I reveal to you the best tool ever, I just want to talk about objections, okay? So we've said what we're saying to peeps, and then they come back, don't they? Oh, all sounds amazing, but I can't afford it. It sounds amazing, but I don't have enough time. Or tell me, what objections do you guys hear? Oh, I would, but so many people do unique. Or I would, but the makeup's really expensive. So those are some of the objections we get, right? So I'm going to teach you a method that you're going to answer with every time. But I want you to know a couple of things about objections, okay? Number 1, when somebody objects, invariably... Oh, Claire, that's such a good point. I have to write it on my hand, payday. We have to talk about that. Okay. Invariably, when somebody objects... to something, it's because they're scared of something. And do you know, weirdly, a lot of people don't tell you the real reason. So they say something like, oh, it's too expensive. That's not why they're not joining, because if they saw value in it, they would find the money. So invariably, they're telling you something that actually probably isn't true, because in their head, do you know 90% of what it is? They're scared. They're scared because they're sheeples. And not everyone does this. So it's a little bit uncomfortable, and they're scared of failing. That's one of our big things. They're scared of looking stupid. So often an objection is actually them saying, I'm scared. So when you remember that, it means that you can definitely deal with their objection, which I'm going to come to, but also you can add some reassurance in there, because if they're coming back to you with an objection, invariably it means that they're scared, okay? So, sorry, I had to get rid of a message. So, that's number 1. Sorry, that was a long point. Number 2, we are not in the convincing game. We do not want to drag sheeples with us, do we? We don't want... Do you really want to make somebody join? Argue with them until they join? We don't want to do that. So we are gonna acknowledge their objection, but I am in no way gonna persuade anybody to join, because at the end of the day, you've got to remember you're Santa, right? Can you imagine if Santa was in this house and a little kiddie woke up and he's like, here's your presents, little Johnny. And Johnny's like, no, I haven't got time for that scooter. And Santa's like, yes, you have, Johnny, have the present. Santa, I'm telling you, I've not got time. Take the scooter. Come on, Johnny. Can you imagine? Santa needs to get around the world. He's not going to get around the world if he's got to convince every child that they have got time for their presents, that their presents are worth it. And that's the thing. You have a gift. You don't have to convince people to have your gift. If they don't see the value in it yet, that's the big word. That's a W, not a Y. Let's try again. Is that a Y? How can I not make a Y? If they don't see the value, that didn't go very well. If they don't see the value in what you're saying yet, we won't make a Y, then they might do in the future, okay? So we just got to wait. And that's where your profile is so important, because you're seed planting and they're going to be watching because they're just scared. So that's the couple of things that I need you to know about when people object to things, okay? Is actually, you know, we're going to acknowledge it, but then we're going to move on, okay? Because we got a gift to give and there's someone out there that needs it, okay? So you might have heard this before. There's a really easy way to overcome objections, and it is the feel, felt, found. Don't say it when you're drunk. Feel, felt, found method. So somebody says to you, oh, Kiz, that all sounds great. Well, they wouldn't say, oh, Kiz. They'd say to me. Somebody says, oh, Kiz, that all sounds great, but I don't have enough time. Oh, I totally understand how you feel. There are loads of girls on the team that felt exactly the same. There's loads of full-time workers on the team that felt exactly the same. So you're acknowledging that what they say is right. I totally understand how you feel. Then you're going to give them an example of you or someone who felt the same. Now, I don't work and I don't have children. So if someone said to me about time, I have to use somebody else. So I would either point somebody else, like totally understand how you feel. One of my best, highest salespeople, Annie, she felt the same because she had another job. But what she found was, and then you follow it with found, and then you give them the reality. But what she found was you work from your mobile phone. So you can just slot it in a little bit here and a little bit there. All sounds great, Kiz. Can't afford the kit. Totally understand how you feel. I actually felt the same. So when this opportunity first come along, I didn't have the money for the kit. So what I found was going through my DVD collection and digging out some old handbags and flogging on eBay, raised me the money to buy my kit. What else have we got? Let me scroll back. What did some of you say? Oh, I don't have enough friends. I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same. I did not have a massive list of friends when I first started in this industry. But what I have found is that it snowballs. So one person buys something and they love it, and then their friends are interested. Not only that, but you get training on how to build your network. So that's it. That's what you're going to do. Why have I got stripes on my face? One moment, let's remove the stripes. It's better. Okay. So can you see, whatever you want to do not argue with them. That's what you don't want to do. You're not convincing them. You're not arguing with them. And that's where feel, see, don't say it. Feel, felt, found comes in use, because it makes them feel acknowledged. So it's just good for that, okay? But remember, they're probably in fear. It's all the F's. Feel, felt, found, but they're probably in fear. So also, at the end of it, I would put something like, you know, what I found is blah, blah, blah. And then you put something like, oh, do you know what? I'll tell you a secret. Like when I started, I was so scared of so many things. But in the end, I just thought I've got nothing to lose. So you can say something like that. Oh, we freezing? Hopefully we're not. Hopefully I'm still going. At the moment, it looks like I'm still going. So I'm going to carry on. So that's it for overcoming objections. Are we good with that? Are we confident with that? So we're not going to convince them. And here's the thing. They might then come back to you and say, they might give you another objection. And that's the time where you can still say, oh, I totally understand. You know, what I'll do is I'll check back in with you and see if your circumstances have changed. I'm going to tell you a sentence you're going to use, okay? Okay. It's all the F's, girls. Right, are we ready? Are you ready for the millionaire tool? I hope you've all got £1 or $1, because you're going to have to go out and spend £1 or $1 Ready, ready. A notebook! Ah! The crowd goes crazy! Woo! I'm going to tell you why this is gold in a second, okay? Let me just come back to payday. I just saw it wrote on my hand. Okay? Let me tell you about payday. It's a very good put her off technique, okay? So, oh my God, I've got to draw you a picture. Let's draw you a picture. Because obviously my last picture went so well. Right. Okay. This is a human that you're speaking to about the opportunity. Okay. And then she has got, I'm saying she, I'm totally sexist, aren't I? She's got family, friends, maybe she's got a job, maybe she watches the soaps, maybe she's got hobbies, maybe she goes to a slimming club, maybe she's got kids, we've all got housework, maybe she's got money worries. I'm coming back to you, okay? Right, see this? This is your woman. She's got a lot going on. We've all have. See this little scribble down here? This is a heart. This is unique, okay? This is how unimportant it is to her. So what happens is, you're speaking to her, and that heart, right, because you're speaking to her, that heart is up here initially. So all these are hearts as well, and these are all in her head. These are all important things, okay? And you're speaking to her, and she says, I'm going to join on payday, right? Do you know what happens? This heart slips down here because she's got so much else. She's got her husband going, where's my socks? Have you washed them? The kids going, where's my pea kit? The mother on the phone going, what are we doing for Christmas? And you're like, it's July. You know, all of these things. Her boss being annoying, okay? So all those things are going on. And what happens is that heart, when you initially were speaking to her, drops all the way down here. It is your responsibility to move it back up, okay? So when somebody says they're going to pay on payday, either they're fobbing you off and they're not. That is just a really great excuse, okay? So that could be number one. Or number two, they absolutely want to join on payday. By the time payday comes, they don't care anymore. So you have got to keep them warm. So every couple of days, a little inbox message. Oh my God, 8 sleeps until payday. I'm so excited. Have you thought what you're going to buy with your first pay from Unique? And then a couple of days later, tag her in a post, find an inspirational quote. Oh my God, this quote made me think of you. I can't wait until you're part of the team. Now you've told her world because you've tagged her in it. Okay? Couple of days later, message her again. You know, so many sleeps. How are you? You'll soon know whether she was fobbing you off because she'll suddenly start ignoring you, or she might even block you. But who cares? In fact, you're not offended by being blocked. Blocking is brilliant because then you're not wasting your time wondering, oh, that girl, you know, Minnie Mouse, she was going to be so good and she's not getting back to me. Did I do this? Did I do that? Or like, should I message her again? Should I message her again? Should I? If she blocks you, brilliant. You can move on. Remember, you've got a gift. Santa is not there at a chimney that he can't get down going, well, I'm just going to stay here all night. That's it then. Even though they've blocked the chimney, they've blocked me from coming in, but I'm sure they don't mean it. Must be a mistake. Doesn't happen. So, that is your responsibility. When someone says they're going to pay on payday, if you get loads of people that say they're going to pay on payday and they don't, then this is what you're not doing. You're not keeping them warm enough. So you need to keep them warm, okay? Now, if you're worried about pestering them, you've got a gift. Mindset shift. You've got a great big massive present. Big kit, money. How can you be pestering them? It's like the best thing ever. And that's mindset shift. Remember, you're not pestering them. And if that's how they view it, they are not for you. Bye-bye. And that's good. Exfoliation. Get rid of all the dead skin cells. We don't want them. We want the people that see this as the gift that it is. And remember, if you're doing it from their angle, you're not messaging them going, sit sleeps until you're on my team and I can make all the money. You're not doing that. You're saying 6 sleeps until you're on my team. What are you going to spend your paycheck on? Oh my God, tomorrow you join the team. I'm so excited for you and your family. You're talking about them. Okay. So that's the difference as well. Remember, how can it be pestering when you're doing it for their own benefit? And if they see it any other way, crazy people. We don't need no crazies. That's what I'm saying. Right. Whew. Had a bit of a rant there. Sorry about that. Very passionate about our gift. Okay, so we good with objections? We're good with payday. Let's talk about this. Da da da! Crowd goes wild again. Notebook. So this is your not for now book. If you have not got a not for now book, then you are silly Billy, and we're going to start one immediately. Okay. So this is life. 50% of people won't join on the first connection. 50%. So if you don't do anything with those people, you're eliminating 50% of your opportunity. You're cutting your pay by 50%. You do not want a 50% pay cut. Most people's lives change every 4 years. So just because somebody says no to you at the moment, just because they ignore you and they don't buy on payday, doesn't mean that's going to be the situation forever. So it's your responsibility. You have a gift to give, and it is your responsibility to make sure that you still offer that gift. So you're not for now book. Okay, you're gonna what you do is put a label on the front, and then so this one for me, this is my March 17 until, and then I'll fill that in when this book gets filled. Okay. And every single person that I offer the opportunity goes into this book. And all it is their name and details about them. So date of first offering and any notes about them. And then this becomes your absolute Bible for you to come back to. And you're going to pair this with a diary. So you're also going to need a diary or a calendar, or use your phone calendar. Okay. How many of you didn't join the very, very first time someone said, hey, want to join Unique? Or hey, seen this mascara? Over 50% don't. So this is why this is so, so important. So we've got a label on the front plus a diary. Right, okay. Pens at the ready. I'm going to give you a golden sentence that you're going to use. So you've been speaking to them. They've said an objection. You've tried to overcome that objection. They've perhaps come with another one. Okay. This is what you're going to finish with. That's okay, because timing is the most important thing. So write this down. This is a sentence that you're going to use. That's okay, because timing is the most important thing. But would it be okay if we keep in touch from time to time? Maybe someone can type this in the comments for me, so you guys can copy it. I don't know. Can you copy from a live? We'll see. So that's okay, because timing is the most important thing. But would it be okay if we kept in touch from time to time so I can find out how you're getting on and let you know how we are doing? That sentence, okay? That's what you're going to finish with. That's okay because timing is the most important thing. But would it be okay if we keep in touch from time to time so I can find out how you're getting on and let you know how we are doing? How many people do you think say no? No, sorry. Yeah, you really can't ever speak to me again. Everybody says yes. And they have now given you permission to go in to your Not For Now book. Okay? Make sense? Thanks, guys. You're the best. You're saying to them as well, you're leaving it on such a positive note. You've said to them, that's okay. I understand what you're saying to me. It's about you. The timing's not right for you. And that's the most important thing. You're acknowledging them so well. But you're asking them, is it okay if we keep in touch? And then permission to write in this book. And then what you're going to do, you're going to write the name, the date you spoke to them, and then a note about them. And then depending on their warmth, what their reason for saying no was, depends on when you then need to diary them in, okay? So you then need to, so I've got here, let me have a look. So I've got Vicky Cuss at the top, really busy. That's what she said to me. She's really busy at the moment. Now, I think with busyness, that can change within like 3 months to 6 months. So I'm going to diary her in between 3 and 6 months just to check in with her and just to say, you know, hey, well, I'm going to tell you actually, I'm going to give you a sentence to say. So I'm going to diary in for that. Let me have a look at Dominique needs to get the money together. I'm going to message her in a month. So that's going to be 4 weeks. Naomi sent the information. She never replied to me. So I'm going to give her some space and then I'm going to reconnect with her when we get a brand new kit because that gives me an excuse to message her. Okay. What have we got? Katie, moving but would like to do it. So I'm going to find out when she's moving and then I'm going to diary that in. Are you guys still here? See, someone said we're frozen. If you're still here, let me know. So that's the kind of thing. So you also need to make sure that you have your diary. Because here's the reality of this Not For Now book. Thanks, guys. Here's the reality, is that if this book is shut each day, then your business is shut. You're not filling that hole in the bucket. So this book has to be open every single day, and it needs to be open for 2 reasons. You need to be putting people in here, and you need to be adding people, and you need to be reconnecting with people. So this book should be open every single day. What else was I going to say about this book? Oh yeah, leaving people out because you've made a decision for them is expensive. So even the ignorers go in. So even, I just told you about Naomi. She just never got back to me. So let me just ask you a question. Got a crystal ball? I haven't. Have you? Because we tend to do that. So Naomi didn't message me. So what do? I look into my mental crystal ball and go, oh, Naomi didn't get back to me. And I messaged her again. So, yeah, so she's not interested. She probably hates me. I'm probably really annoying her. You just made that up. You've now gone from Santa to Pinocchio. Because that's not the truth, is it? That's not the truth. Because you've made it up. Do you know the only person that knows the truth? The only person that knows the truth is Naomi. And the only way you're ever going to know the truth is to keep asking. Is to just keep connecting with her. When she blocks you, that's when you might have been right. But up until that point, maybe she didn't message you back because someone died in the family. Maybe she didn't message you back because her messenger was playing up. Maybe she didn't message you back. She had a headache that day and then totally forgot. But you can't make stuff up, because then you go from Santa to Pinocchio. It's not good. I'm going to tell you when you follow them back up what to say. I'm coming to that. Someone asked me about diarying in. So dependent on the reason is when you would diary them in. I would watch this on replay because I did quite a section on that. Okay, so you can't leave people out. If you edit your list, you edit your income. You don't want to be editing your income, okay? Who else is going to go in this book? I'm going to tell you who. Missing in action, people. Has anyone, hands up, ever sponsored somebody and then they just went missing in action? So they joined and they may have even messaged you back, first of all, and then they just never bothered to message you again. And they never really sold anything and they fell off the system. Has anybody ever had that? So your missing in action person's going to go in there too, because their time might not be now, and that's okay. So they might not be messaging you because maybe they're embarrassed. Maybe they feel like they're wasting your time. Maybe they think you're going to come at them with like a big target. Maybe they think there's a hidden fee because they've never sold anything. So I want you to include your missing in action people in here, okay? And diary in to reconnect with them, because just because that time they bought the kit wasn't their time doesn't mean it's never their time. You don't get to make that call, okay? That's not your decision to make. You are not, sorry girls, you are not masters of the universe. You do not get to make all the decisions. You've got to let people make their own decisions. You are Santa, you offer gifts, okay? The other people that are going to go in this book are your presenters when they leave. So when people go red in back office, and if they don't reactivate, or, you know, when they drop off, pop them in here. Just because it wasn't their time now, it doesn't mean that it won't be their time in the future. And I want you to see the bigger picture here. Are you going anywhere? I'm not going anywhere. I have every intention of being here until forever, ever. So in which case, can you imagine what all my can you imagine how much potential business I've got because I've been doing this? So at the end of the day, at the moment, it might take 2 or 3 years for that person to come back. And then they might come back and they might be a black status presenter because the timing was right. My first company, I tried to join it when I was 18. And the woman never turned up. So me and my friend were going to join and she never came round. And I was this person, right? So this woman was going to turn up. She never came because she was poorly, because you had to join up like physically back then because I'm so old. And so by the time she messaged me and was like, oh, do you and your friends still want to join? I'm like, no, because I'm like too busy drinking and partying because I was 18 and I was in college. I then didn't join 2006 until I was 21. So, but imagine if when I joined 3 years later, somebody was like, well, she was going to join before. Probably a write-off. Imagine if somebody wrote me off. I got to the top, the tippy top of my last company. Like the very, the absolute top that there was. Their compensation plan was a little bit different. Imagine if somebody would have wrote me off. When I was 18, my time wasn't right, but it was when I was 21. So that's why I know. This is why I know this is gold. Honestly, hug it, love it. You might want to put it under your pillow. So special. It's going to become your new best friend, apart from me. I'm your second new best friend. Okay. So if your Not For Now book isn't open, then your business is shut. Let me just give you some tools that are going to link with this, okay? Facebook lists. So you can make lists on Facebook. So I also, as well as having this, I've also got people that I want to make sure that I'm interacting on their stuff. I've got them in what I call a hot lead list. So that's what my list is called. Or is it? Might have changed it actually. Anyway, So I've created a list and these people are going in this list. That means that I can click on that list on the side of my Facebook and only see their news feed. I don't have to see my cousin's like children. I don't have to see my best friend and what her boyfriend are eating for tea. I can get to the people that I want to interact with to keep me in their minds, okay? So Facebook lists. You've also got the close friend option. So if there's people that are like, I'm joining payday, so people that are like imminently going to join, then I go to friend on there. So obviously we're friends, and I go to their profile, go on friends, and then I change them to close friend. And that means I get a notification every time they post. Now, obviously I don't go and just comment on every single of their posts, because then I think I'm a stalker, even though I am a stalker because I'm actually stalking them. But I can comment on key ones, and that means that we're keeping that relationship warm. In regards to instructions of how you do this, I will post some videos in this group, okay? Personal happy birthday. That's another thing I make sure that I do, by hook or by crook. All of these people are my friends on Facebook, of course, and I make sure that every day I go to my birthday list, and anybody whose birthday it is, I go into their inbox and I message happy birthday. So I say something like, happy birthday, my lovely, hope you have a perfect day. Sometimes I'll do a voice note, depending on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll sing if I'm crazy. But again, that just keeps them warm. So if there's no point putting it on their wall where 300 of all their other friends are posting about their birthday. In their inbox is different. And do you know what tends to happen? They tend to come back and say thank you. And then when they come back and say thank you, Facebook goes, oh, those people like each other. So they'll suddenly send her your posts. And if you're sticking to what we've covered in this training, and you're making sure that your profile has got that attraction marketing element each day, then that's going to be watering that seed that you planted back when she went in this book. Okay. When you reconnect with people, then you need to be interested, not interesting. So you don't need to go back and be all about, hey babe, how are you? I'm amazing. Off on a company holiday, going to convention, you know, life's brilliant. Remember, she doesn't care about your life. So you need to be interested in her life. This is where notes, so like that girl I said in here, Kate, she was moving house. So my first question is going to be, hey babe, how did the house move go? Hope it went smoothly. Are you all unpacked yet? So that's going to be where I'm going to go with this. So as much as you can in comments, if they tell you how many children they've got, if they tell you their husband's name, if they tell you there's something wrong with their dog, write it down, because then you can go and be interested in them. If you send them a happy birthday on their wall, it doesn't count, no, because that's what 300 other people are doing. You need to message them in the inbox. Okay, so when you reconnect, be interested, not interesting. And then this sentence, this is what you're going to reconnect with. So you might go in with something personal, like how'd the move go, how's the dog, whatever. And then, I'm just curious if now might be a better time because we've just launched a brand new kit. Really simple. Because remember last time you said, that's okay because time is the most important thing. But would it be okay if we kept in touch? So then you're going to go back to them and be just curious if now might be a better time for you because we've got this brand new kit, because we've just launched in a new country, because we're just launching a new product. Whatever reason, you can find things change in this business month by month, because we're coming up to Christmas, because we're coming up to school holidays. You can find a reason that for reconnecting with them. And that, my lovelies, is class number 4. Okay? So picture this. How many people would be in your book? This is everybody. Even people, remember, that don't answer. They're going in there. You're not going to eliminate anybody from this book. It's not your decision to make. Remember that, okay? So this book is life. This is everything. And when you fill it up, you're going to buy a new one and you're going to keep them. But remember, if this book is shut, then something's leaking out the hole in your bucket, okay? So you want to make sure this book is open every single day, and you need to, first of all, I'm going to be honest with you ladies, I'm going to let you know my mistakes. I just wrote in here and I just sort of ad-lib used to go through it. What I have learned is I have to diary it in. I have to, because otherwise I'm so random with it. So I really have to diary all these people in. Can you imagine if you start this today? Let me give you an example of what it looks like for me. Pretty much every day I've got 10 people to message on average because of this. And it builds and it builds. So pretty much every day, before I've even gone and spoke to my other market, before I've even gone and done anything else about sponsoring, I've got 10 people already that I need to connect with that day, every single day, before I've started anything else. Can you imagine how many people that I'm putting into that bucket all the time to make sure that it's staying full? So that is what I want for you. So recap, ladies: feel, felt, found. But remember, we're not in the business of convincing. We're just going to say that. We're going to try and say to them, look, it's okay. You don't need to be scared. And then if they still insist, then we're going to go in with that golden sentence and we're going to get them in our Not For Now book. There we go. It must seem too easy, right? It is. It is easy. So let's give you a sneaky peek. Tomorrow we're covering, expectations. So we're covering people that say they're going to join on payday, people that join and don't do anything, the people that say no. We're going to cover all of that. So we've got an expectations class tomorrow, and then we're ending the day with the first 72 hours. Because I have no doubt that by the end of the day tomorrow, you're going to be an A-star sponsorer and you're going to go and do these actions, and within, I can't put a timing on it because it depends how many people you're going to speak to, but very soon you're going to have somebody say yes. So by the end of the day tomorrow, I'm going to let you know what to do to give them the best possible start as well. Because there's no point in us doing all this work, is there? And then someone comes on board and then they fall through the cracks. We need to make sure that you know what to do with them in that first 72 hours, so that they have the best possible start. Perfect. Okay, I'm glad it was useful, ladies. I'm excited for tomorrow. Mwah! Have a wonderful rest of your evening.